red tractors in the pines, working through the finished sky, from the valley to the ride, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fine. 645 out the front of the line. Red tractors in the pine. Jack keeps yapping about my life like it knows my every move, but it never stacked up birch pile high or pulled a stuck rig loose. Long field flat and frozen, breath hangs wide in the air. I got belly under blankets and diesel in my prayer. Weather is the boss out here. Not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, but the weather is the boss. Red Massey hums at sunrise, tracks through slush and clay. Spruce line holds the hillside where the saw sings half the day. Skis lean by the back door, waiting on a clear blue spell. I read the clouds like scripture, more than any manual. Weather is the boss out here. Not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, but the weather is the boss. Frost, flood, hail, thaw, I just dance to what I'm dealt. Oh yeah, you can tell me what
Det är inte så kallt alls, men lite börjar det bli.
Det är nog 3-4 grader var det nu. Det är varmt för det.
Det är viktigast.
Good day everybody. What?
Köpstödja viljapasset i matchen ekotarkasten hemma.
Jo, då ska vara papers. Det är ju minst lika viktigt det.
Ja. Siellä mat är nog viktigast.
Ja, men det är alltid det andra homma. För Anna om man tänker så det är hur mycket Anna sak får homma för det är ungefär lika viktigt. Det har blivit alldeles för mycket. Ja. Watched some skiing. Now we need to do some skiing ourselves here before it gets dark. I didn't put new wax on the skis, but the glide should be pretty good today because now it's just a few minus degrees. Should be pretty good. for next time. I definitely need to wax the skis. But yeah, they just picked up the peas, so peas are gone now. I think Dad is still putting the one trailer away. And there's these damn hair poops everywhere in the track. Why do they have to poop in the tracks? They can poo here on the side. Damn rabbits. Trying to start kind of slow, not go too fast in the beginning. You know, somewhere there was like a lot of crap, whatever that is. Here's like a whole series of you know what. Oh, come on. Build your own skis. No, not the skis. Ski track, yes. Skis I buy. You would need pretty specified machines to build skis. I guess you could build some like basic ones out of just 2 pieces of wood, but the glide would not be good. Like these, it's very specified materials, and the bottom has to be like, I don't know even what the materials are. Like these skis have come afar. This is not the same thing as back in the day when the skis actually were just a piece of wood. Like this it's way different. Carbon fiber. Yeah, I don't know. So the bottom is like, the bottom of the ski is like black. So I don't know what that is. And then I think inside the ski they still might have like, there might be like in the middle of the ski like a piece of wood actually. But then it's like, yeah, it's would be very hard. Like on these it even says it's like 3D CAD. So they have first designed these on a computer. And then, not 3D printed probably, but first designed them on a computer. Then have the right materials. Basically have a factory to make them in. Like it's these like big brands, it's very like high tech even skis. It's not you can't just put 2 pieces of random plastic on your legs and then ski. And these skis are probably like close to 10 years old. So the new ones, they might have like figured out some new things even. They are thin. I imagine broad skis better. No, these are for cross-country skiing. For what I'm doing, you want the skinny ones. If you have the wide ones, you have more friction when you ski like this. So the narrow ones like these are made for this. But then even like I'm skiing mostly double poling, so where I'm pushing with like both hands, or like this all the time. Then they have made skis specifically for that style even now. So there's like different skis for classic, skate, double poling. So there's like 3 different styles you could ski. So it's very the more you go into that, it's like one of the classic like rabbit holes. The more you investigate, the more you find out. On the surface it seems simple, but then when you dig in a little bit, it's like it's science. Science. High-tech science. Yeah, it's and then how should you like wax underneath the skis? Whole nother science thing again. That's when I just watched, they have the Olympics, so they ski like there, and there's always a lot of talk about, did we have good grip? Did we have good glide? Was the ski the correct ski? How was the waxing? So it's so way. Ice skates is better. Well, ice skates are better on ice. These are with the cross-country skis. If I go with these on a skating rink, then it doesn't work because there's no side grip. So it's like, whoa. But for snow, these are good. But yeah, for ice, you want the ice hockey skates. Which reminds me that I have not skated on like ice for a long time. I think I had some skates when I was a kid, but I have not like used them in like 20 years, more than 20 years. I don't even know if I could like skate on ice anymore. But yeah, track is in pretty good shape now, and we might get some new snow. But yeah, from this point forward, usually up until it melts is the best skiing. Might even get the sun. The sun is like close to being out today, but no sun. But there's no wind now, and it's not cold anymore now, so it's actually good skiing weather. Yeah, we can continue slowly. I'm checking, even when I'm skiing, I'm kind of checking chat occasionally, so. But yeah, when it's not so cold now, you can see the glide it's definitely better than a few days ago. Yeah, it depends on the snow. If you're like doing the big downhill where you go really fast, then on those tracks the snow is like really hard. If you go 100 kilometers an hour down a hill and then you fall, then yeah, it might be pretty dangerous. But falling at these speeds is not that bad. But when you go downhills, yeah, it's very easy to get injured. If the snow is hard, then you can just fall. Even falling down from this height, if you fall down and try to slow down with one hand, then you can easily break your arm or something. It doesn't take that much. Because yeah, if the snow melts a little and then it freezes, then the snow is basically like ice, so very hard. But if you have a thick layer of just like powder snow, then yeah, that's a different thing. But yeah, I think this downhill is good enough to where we can go this way. Then I can show you when I come down this very small downhill. Even here we will pick up quite a bit of speed. And this is like a tiny downhill. Basically no downhill at all. But yeah, this snow on the track, you can see it's hard. So if it's a little uneven and you fall on that, it's basically like falling on rocks. So yeah, it depends a lot on what kind of snow is, if it's hard snow or powder snow. Little break here. It's a slight uphill all the way from there, so. What is farmed organically in these conditions? Well, nothing grows obviously now in the winter, but in the summer we grow mostly like different kinds of grain. Or I guess you can call this like, I think they call it like cereals. No shiitake mushroom. But like oats, wheat, barley, things like that we have had. Last year we even had some peas. And then in the forest you can see we grow trees. Grain, yeah, different kinds of grain. But I think it's called like the wheat, oats and that, it's also called like cereals, I think. Or small grain or whatever they call it in some places. But yeah, you will see. If you watch yesterday's stream, you can see when we moved some peas. So even in the winter we do some like farming related stuff, but yeah, it's not, I mean, we're early February, mid-February almost, so maybe like 2.5 months and then we're probably out in the fields again. It's not that long actually. It's longer from when we harvested. We're closer to spring now than when we harvested in the fall. It's already like 4 months since we harvested. 4, almost 5 months. Mainly wheat, barley, oats. Okay. Then it must be somewhere like somewhere quite north. Usually people always wonder that why we don't have corn, but corn is not that common in Finland. You can grow it for like animal food or animal feed, I should say. But yeah, like you can't grow the combining corn here. Summer is not like long enough for that, but a lot of other stuff you can grow here. No bananas, nothing like that, but a lot of the other stuff. Sometimes peas to add nitrogen. Yeah. So yeah, we farm organically, so that's why occasionally we have peas, and then we occasionally have some fields on grass, like a lot of clover. Even if we don't have animals, so we don't feed that clover to anything, but that really helps to improve the like field. And then we need to buy less fertilizer. So yeah, clover and peas and sometimes broad beans, like those are all really essential when you farm organically. Get that soil in better shape. But yeah, let's do the downhill here. The other one should be pretty fast now with this glide. Down the hill we go. Downhill position. Pretty good glide, not super fast. There was probably a little new snow here. Like yesterday or someday. But yeah, this very field that we're skiing in now, this was peas in the summer. This field was oats, and then that field over there was wheat. Farmers in Australia complain we don't get enough rain. Your spot looks harsh. So might seem weird when you look at this, but the biggest issue for us here is also not enough rain. It's not that it's too cold. That's not the issue. Just wait a few months, you will see when it's plus 30 here. And then it's, yeah, the most limiting factor for us here is, maybe surprisingly, lack of water. It's not the cold that's the issue. Not a fly in sight. That's one of the perks that I don't think most people maybe think that's good, but it's really nice when there's no bugs. In the summer there's so many bugs compared to now. That's probably not surprising. Yeah, there's no bugs now. But that's also gonna change pretty soon. It's really nice to be outside and train because, yeah, if I have the right amount of clothes, it's not hot. There's no bugs. There is some good things with snow too. It's not only bad things. Yeah, this way it's kind of nice, and we have this gradual downhill. This is kind of nice here. Through the Christmas trees. But yeah, the sun is pretty close to be coming out. Yeah, in the forest there's a little bit up and down, but in general this is a pretty flat track. Yeah, this is pretty good. It's good to mix it up. I've been watching the Olympics a little bit now. But this is it's good to mix it up with some exercise. Not just watching skiing, also maybe doing some skiing. The backflip. There's no like jump here. I can't jump anywhere. Pretty impossible to do a standing backflip with the skis. I think that would be pretty impossible. But yeah, pretty good conditions. It's almost ideal conditions for this now. If the snow would like melt a little bit and then freeze, then it would be actually perfect. Yeah, it's hard to do. It's hard to do the backflip. You need kind of a jump. Again, I watched in the Olympics. Yeah, if you come with high speed from a jump, then you can do the backflip or whatever. 360 no scope. Wasn't that a good name for a jump or whatever? What do they do? 1080 something. When they have the either snowboarding or big air or slope style. Then they do the backflips and all kinds of cool looking jumps. So winter guys. Looks easy. You say it looks easy. I think it looks hard. But it's amazing. I remember like maybe 20 years ago when I watched Olympics, and if you compare that to the Olympics today, like they spin like double the amount around, which is crazy to be able to do that much more. Like they could spin maybe a couple of rounds around, or maybe 3 times. Now they do like 4 or maybe 5 spins around. But that's one key thing, of course. If it looks easy, then it's some professional doing it, because they kind of train a lot for it. So it should look easy, I think. But yeah, you need to know what you're doing when you do the flips and things, because yeah, on those, if you come down, you see sometimes when they crash their jumps, you can very easily get very seriously injured there. So you definitely need to know what you do. You can't just go like, yeah, I'm going to do a backflip now. I've never done it, but I'm going to do it here in the snow now. That would be actually dangerous. Come down head first, then yeah, it might be a rip. I think they train the jumps in the summer. They either jump from a jump and then land in water, or then they do like the jump and land on like a landing pad. Like they always train it like that first, and then they go to snow. We do have snow in Australia. Yeah, I know there is one of those long distance ski races in Australia. So you must have snow somewhere, because I know there is some ski races in Australia. It's probably on somewhere where it's quite high, like high altitude. Then there probably could be, or there is snow at some point. Maybe up halfway up some mountain. But it's pretty cool. Pretty cool that there is snow. Even in Australia. Probably not the first thing you think of, but yeah, our snow situation here is actually, there's not that much snow. Maybe 15 centimeters here now. Pretty much the bare minimum for being able to ski. There could be more, but now I also think when it's almost spring that we're probably not gonna get too much more. Can get a little bit still, but in March it can already start to like melt away. Liot Beach, but 3 hours away, ski fields. That's nice. Then you can do both skiing or swimming or whatever. It's also been the nice thing with this winter has been there's not been a lot of wind, because even this weather, like now, if it's windy then it's kind of not nice, at least out on the field, because yeah, then it's either headwind. Of course, when the wind is pushing from the back, then it's nice, but headwinds are not that nice to ski in. Mountains are dangerous and expensive. Is it so? What if you want to go and ski like this, cross country skiing? Is that like expensive? Like in most places here, if I go cross country skiing, there's like tracks in other places here too. It's usually free to go and ski. Like the tracks are maintained by the municipality, or what is it called in English? But yeah, like the local town might have a track, and then it's like free to go to ski there. So usually it's like that in most places in Finland. Sometimes when they make those early tracks with like snow that they made, then it might cost a little bit. But usually the ski tracks are like free to enter. And like this track is, of course, this is kind of like a private track here on the farm. I made this track also, so this is like free to enter, but costs, I guess it costs a little bit technically when I drive with the tractor here. But yeah, can't you still just go if you have the equipment? You should be able to go ski. I guess I haven't done a lot of like downhill skiing. It might be different there because, yeah, I don't know. You should still be allowed to just go there, but then it definitely probably costs some money. Those are usually not free to enter, like the downhill ski tracks. They usually in Finland also you have to like pay if you wanna do downhill skiing. But yeah, I don't know if that's expensive. It's probably not too expensive. I mean, you probably have to pay like a day. Like pay for one day. Like, I don't know how much it is. I have no clue. No clue about the downhill skiing. But yeah, cross-country skiing is pretty simple. Like, I've learned it by doing and watching like watching YouTube videos. When you watch a lot of like, I like to watch a lot of skiing in TV also, then you kind of pick up on like how it should look when you ski. And then you just try to imitate that. I've never had like a coach or anything. I'm just like a casual skier, but yeah, you learn quite a bit when you watch the pros do it. Watch the pros skiing. But still, always you can kind of learn more and get better technique, I guess. Just a casual skier. I have done some like long distance races, but those races are like open to the public, so anybody can ski them. And then up until I was like maybe 25 years, I really didn't ski that much. Like I picked this hobby up later. But yeah, a few years ago when I started ski, I was thinking that it would be really nice to complete I guess it's not the longest ski race in the world, but one of the longest. So then I thought that, yeah, I definitely need to train a little bit before I can even participate in it. So that's kind of where the skiing started. But yeah, it's a good hobby. I think for me it's a very good way to relax and yeah, do something else than sitting. Australia has a Winter Olympic team. Yeah, they have, for sure they have. Even in skiing, but in like snowboarding, Australia is actually a pretty good country. But cross-country skiing, they have a team for sure. When they skied, I saw some race there in the Olympics now, and there were definitely some Australian skiers. But yeah, in the snowboarding things, I think there Australia has some pretty good competitors even. But yeah, it's the one of the good thing about Olympics is you kind of see these like not your average like skiing countries. Like there was one skier from Haiti, then there's like skiers from like African countries, skiers from like Thailand or something. Like it's kind of cool to see that even in countries where there almost is no snow, there's still like skiers coming from those countries. Kind of cool. But yeah, Olympics, it's gonna be the ice hockey is gonna be real nice to see with all the NHL players and everything. I like to watch all the cross-country skiing events And then all kinds of random like snowboarding and downhill skiing and curling and whatever. There's always these events that I never watch it, but then I always watch it like in Olympics. Like the downhill, like bobsled or whatever those some things are called. Kind of cool to watch, but I don't really follow those sports, but cool to watch in Olympics. Put this on YouTube. This is on YouTube. You can watch this live on YouTube. So this stream right now, it's going to Twitch, Kick and YouTube at the same time live. So you can watch it on whatever platform you like. But yeah, I don't think there's too many live cross-country ski streamers around. I've seen a few other people like stream, like maybe once they stream like skiing, but I haven't seen anybody really being like consistent with skiing. Yeah, I'm gonna ski anyway, so might as well stream it. It's not too big of a problem. I just have a little camera on the head and a little mini backpack with the battery. And then cell phone on the arm. Not too much in the way. Yeah, I honestly think that the streaming places, I honestly think they shouldn't show view count. I think that would be better. Because yeah, now it's like most people probably just see the biggest like 2-3 streamers by view count, and then they just go there. No matter really what the content is. So I think there could be maybe some other ways to, yeah, maybe some other ways to like sort the streams. But then again, the streaming sites, they really don't care. As long as there's like a lot of people that watch the ads or things like that, then it's fine for them, I guess. But I think one thing that's good that Kik does is, I think they occasionally like put any kind of stream on the front page. So I think that's a good idea. To just pick up random streams and put them like put them in a place where more people can like pick it up or yeah, find new streams. But yeah, for me streaming is like just like a hobby, so I'm gonna do this and then just yeah, whatever. Of course it's nice kinda if you have more viewers, but it's yeah, I just show what I do here. Mostly different things on the farm here, but sometimes we show other things and sometimes we do some challenges here also. All kinds of things, but I don't really do gaming streams or yeah, things that are probably like the most streamed things. I don't really do those things. We do some other things here. Yeah, I prefer to be in the like outdoors and doing exercise. In the winter we like skiing, and then in the summer we do like biking. Which again, that's not gonna be too far away either. Like already at the end of March, all the snow might be gone. Then we can do some bike streams. It really depends on the weather, yeah, when we switch over. Nordic Steve Irwin. Is that some like nature guy? I think the name kind of rings a bell, but I can't connect it to anything. Maybe it's some sort of nature guy. But yeah, I'll do a few more laps here today. Then we'll see if I stream tomorrow or yeah, it really depends what there is in Olympics. I think Finland might start the ice hockey, like men's ice hockey, so definitely gotta watch that. adjust this chat file. Seems like a little the loose side. But yeah, we'll see the next few days. There might be a little bit of snow tomorrow or the next day, but yeah, depends on if it's snowing or if it's whatever there's in the Olympics. It's almost like in the morning here I could ski because then the Olympics haven't started yet. So we might do someday like in the skiing in the morning. We'll see. We'll see how the weather develops. Yeah, glide is okay. It's not super fast. Also, I need to before I ski next time. I need to also wax the skis. I think they are not. The glide is not the best. But yeah, we'll do a couple more laps, then we've skied like 1.5 hours maybe with the breaks. Should be a good amount again. Someday if we get really good conditions and I feel highly motivated, then we can try to do like couple hours or yeah, if we get some subs, then I got some challenges there also. I think I had the other. If we get 1,000 YouTube subs, then I'm gonna try to ski 50 kilometers in one day. So that's a good goal, I guess. And you can subscribe on YouTube for free. So that's a free way for you to get me to ski a lot. And then on Twitch and Kick, I got the subscription goals that you can see in the bottom corner of the stream, or write exclamation point goals. So we got some goals there. I can do a few more slower paced laps maybe. Cool down in the end a little bit. Can try to go full speed a little bit for like a short period of time, but for the most part, not max speed. Shall we try max speed here for a little bit? A few pushes of max speed. But yeah, when you go max speed there, it's like sometimes the pole go through a little bit, so a little bit hard when you go full speed. But it's good to mix it up and sometimes push full speed a little bit. Mix it up and sometimes go like really slow and sometimes take breaks. I think we can do a couple more like slow paced laps. Kind of cool down at the end. But it doesn't take too long to recover. If I couple of deep breaths, then usually pulse goes down pretty fast. So that's also, I think, one way you can measure like how good shape you are. If you push hard and then stop, then how fast does the breathing and pulse go down? For me, it's been better sometimes. Now it's like, it's getting better. So I'm gonna do a couple more laps. We can go around the field also in the other direction, just to mix it up a little bit. Rabbits have been digging there. Exposed some grass. Oh, the camera probably got bumped down when we went full speed also. Maybe a little break, then we'll take one more slow lap. And then it's time for more Olympics after that. Might take a shower and then more Olympic stuff. Yeah, one more slower lap. Kind of hard for me to go slow. It's usually try to pick up too much speed. All right. It's pretty good, I think. Good little session. Now these skis definitely need wax before next time. Skis felt a little not the fastest. But yeah, thanks for watching today. I'll see you guys next time. Follow on Kik and Twitch, subscribe on YouTube. All free ways to support the channel. And then yeah.
Coffee in a jar, frost on the shed roof, keys in my hand. Massey 35, waiting by the birch line. Old paint fading, still starts on command. Oh yeah, red tractors in the pines, working through the finished sky. From the barley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fine. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractors in the pine. Rain dust dancing, sun breaks the fall. Black soil turning under steel and slaw. 165 homes through the low wet ground. 399 holes as the swans swing around. Red tractors in a pine, working through the finished sky. From the barley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fine. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractors in the pines. Oh, yeah. Forest at our shoulders, fields at our feet. 4 old friends and a lifetime of weed. Red tractors in the pines, working through the finished sky. From the valley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fine. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractors in the pine. Red tractors in the pine. rapping about my life like it knows my every move, but it never stacked up birch pile high or pulled a stuck rig loose. Long field flat and frozen, breath hangs wide in the air. I got belly under blankets and diesel in my prayer. Weather is the boss out here, not some screen, not some talking my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, but the weather is the boss. Red Massey hums at sunrise, tracks through slush and clay. Spruce line holds the hillside where the saw sings half the day. Skis lean by the back door, waiting on a clear blue spell. I read the clouds like scripture, more than any manual. The weather is the boss out here, not some screen, not some talking my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, but the weather is the boss. Frost, flood, hail, thaw, I just dance to what I'm dealt. Oh yeah, you can tell me what I should do, but this land decides itself. Weather is the boss out here, not some screen, not some talking my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss, out on this finished cross. Yeah, yeah, the weather is the boss. Great dawn breath, coffee in a jar, frost on the shed roof, keys in my hand. Massey 35, waiting by the birch line. Old paint fading, still stops on command. Oh yeah, red tractors in the pines.